Okay, so again, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm very excited to tell you about the honors program, and I know my colleague Dr. McCombs is as well. She's been teaching within the program for a number of years in a variety of ways, and we can get to that a little later. Unless Erika, do you want to say a quick hello?
Hello, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So I'm going to share a PowerPoint to go through some basic overview of the honors program and try to give you an idea of how it works and what some of the benefits are. We'll include a couple of short video clips as well. And then, as Kelly mentioned, we would definitely want to leave time for questions. And if you want to have a follow-up appointment with one of us or somebody on my honors program staff, that can certainly be arranged as well. So I'm going to share screen here and hopefully get what I want. Can you see that? Okay, yeah. Great. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to move this way up and out of the way. Okay, so I just very briefly wanted to mention that the Elmhurst University Honors Program is an institutional member of what is known as NCHC, the National Collegiate Honors Council. And I mention this just because I want you to know that our program works very hard to be in alignment with the national standards of honors programs and honors colleges across the country. To date, almost well over 900, I believe, members, institutional members of the honors of NCHC exist, and we have been a member of that for many, many decades, but very active in the last 2 decades especially. So we are a part of something larger than ourselves, as you would be if you choose to participate. The honors program mission is to foster the development of ethical, intellectually curious, critical thinkers with a global consciousness committed to contributing to a just society. So that's a lot of words in one sentence, but each one of those things are very important to us, and we really mean that. We are going to try our best to help you develop as the best possible person you can be to improve our world from here on out, so that we want to encourage your intellectual curiosity, your power to analyze and critically think about complex issues, so that you can do some things to help improve our world. We do have some very specific goals, but I have so much to cover. I'm not going to really belabor these, but our program emphasizes coursework and many other things which you'll hear about. So I'm just going to kind of skip over this. These are just some previous pictures at events and things, service and conferences and others, but these are, we're missing one photo of a newer member of our team, but this is a picture of me, and this is the Dr. Mladen Turk is the associate director. Daniela Barca is the coordinator who works very closely with all the student activities parts of the program. Laura Murphy is my invaluable administrative assistant. And our newest member, and we have to get a picture up on here, is Marisa Mancini, and she's the coordinator of the major scholarships and fellowships, the nationally competitive scholarships and fellowships, which I'll tell you a little bit about later as well. So I'm going to start with a brief video that was put together for the university's sesquicentennial a year ago by some former honors program students, as well as some of us. So it gives you a good idea, I think. Whoops, I am hopefully going to. Here we go.
Oh, we can't hear it, Mary Kay.
Oh. Okay, thank you for telling me that, because I can hear it. So now let me see if I can. Oh, you know what? I'm going to probably have to stop sharing and come back in. Maybe I did not properly share. I apologize. To share sound and automize my video clip. You know, I've only been doing this nonstop for the last 3 years, but okay, we will try again. Sorry, people. And let's see. Now I'm going to see, hopefully, I'm going to back up a minute here because it is important to go back to the beginning. Sorry, I'm going to, hang on a second. I'm going to go through this till I get to the one I want so that, oops, too far, of course. All right. We'll try to go back. All right, let's see this.
Achieve my goals personally and professionally, first and foremost by helping me to fall in love with learning.
The point of the honors program is to expand your horizons, to connect you with other people who are also.
Can you hear it? Can someone say?
Yes, we can.
Oh, we can hear it, Mary Kay. We can hear
Okay,
it.
perfect.
Interested in developing as intellectually curious people.
In the mid-60s, my father, who at the time was a registrar and also a faculty member in the English department, got together with some other faculty and started the honors program.
The idea was to foster a community of scholars and give them an opportunity to explore issues, topics from multiple perspectives.
It started out with probably one section, 20, 25 students a year were in it, and now, you know, it's in the hundreds.
Initially, the focus was very much on enhanced coursework, and while that's still certainly a hallmark of the program, we really have expanded on experiential learning components, so service learning and all kinds of civic engagement, study abroad, undergraduate research opportunities, and participation in national conferences.
And what I really liked about the honors program was you had these seminar style classes where you really got to know your classmates. There was a lot of emphasis on learning through conversation and discussion.
What we do is we present enriched and in-depth experiences for them through which they also fulfill requirements for their major.
The skills that I came out of that I've used throughout my entire career. It's being able to read texts, think critically about them, to analyze them, to look at things from different viewpoints, and then to be able to have thoughtful discussions with others.
The honors program helped me understand real-life impacts of what I was learning in the classroom by actually taking me there.
Another important opportunity for our students is to be able to do research and then be able to present their research at national conferences.
As an undergraduate student, I was really interested in completing research and also getting it out there. I think the honors program really helps with that.
And I was able to do honors independent research in 3 different departments. And some of that work I was able to present at conferences.
The honors program really changed how I viewed the world through my summer Oxford trip experience.
It was really exciting to travel the world and the country and get to meet other people that were doing research as well.
It really opened so many doors for me and made me feel so confident trying new things and going new places. And that has been completely life-changing.
I think the honors program changed me by making a more intellectually curious person.
Coming out of the honors program, I want to be able to do work where I see an immediate impact and I'm able to help my community.
So a lot of what the honors program does is lets them know that they can do things that they never thought they could do.
We want to diversify our student body. We really want to include all of our students, expand it in every way possible.
No, there should always be a role for the honors program. It gets people out of their boxes and into the broader scholarly conversations.
The honors
Okay, so how do all those wonderful things happen? I want to tell you a little bit about how the program is set up. There are 3 possible distinctions that you can earn by the time you would graduate. And you don't have to sign a contract, commit to any of these. They're not really tracks. They are just levels of opportunity. So the first one is honors program member, in which you need to earn under our system 4.75 course credits. If there are any of you coming from other institutions, looking at other places or whatever, you might be more familiar with the designation of semester credit hours. So that would be the equivalent of 19 semester hours with a B or better. Actually, we accept a B minus. Honors Program Scholar is 6.5 course credits or 26 semester hours. And a research component, you heard people referring to that, which can occur in multiple ways. I can tell you more about that later. And our highest distinction is Honors Program Global Scholar. That is also 26 semester hours or 6.5 course credits, research, and then a credit-bearing study abroad experience. And we have a lot of options there. Just to give you an idea of the range of courses, any of you coming in as first-year students would take an honors first-year seminar. Every incoming student needs to take a first-year seminar course anyway. So this is an example of how we overlap our requirements with existing requirements for all students anyway for graduation. There are 4 choices of honors program seminars every time, and different topics, different times of the day, so they can fit different people's schedules. And you would, coming in as a first-year student, take one of those. The Elmhurst integrated curriculum that you may be getting familiar with, and particularly if you've already done summer advising, there's a group of courses that need to be taken by everybody across all different departments before you graduate, because we want you to have a liberal arts base with a variety of experiences. So everyone takes a literature course, for instance, whether you're an English major or not. Everyone takes sciences, whether you're a science major or not, history, and so on. And there are also the experiences of the first year seminar and ultimately some sort of capstone or ending experience in your major. Those courses, there's a variety of those every term. I'm not showing you an exact timetable here or schedule, but every term we alternate courses that overlap with those requirements anyway. So again, for instance, one of the courses that Dr. McCombs has taught many times is the English 106, which is our second Comp 2 required of every student at the university for graduation, and typically taken in first year. And there are 2 sections of that. So again, you could fulfill right off the bat your first year seminar if you're coming in as a first year student, and that English comp class as English 106. If you qualified to go directly into English 106, if not, you can take 105 and then take 106 the next year. There are always J-term electives, and several of those are study abroad electives that any study abroad course can be converted to an honors option course for another honors credit. So even if you're hearing, oh, I'm not going to have room for 6.5 more classes, first of all, you do have room for electives, but you can easily overlap it with requirements anyway. It's not a lot of additional work. If you remember one thing, please don't think that's the case. We also have courses that we define as partial credit courses, which can be added on, things like this intercultural seminar, which has to do with our lecture series, or I'll tell you about the British life and culture later. Service seminar, Model UN, directed readings, global reflection. Those are all courses that are a 0.5 credit or 2 semester hours under our system. And those are ones that could be added onto your regular program or major requirements. Students can take more than their 4 regular courses every term, up to 4.75 credits. And you can also convert a regular course to an option course. So again, you can easily get to the 6.5 with a little planning in every major. There are students from every major in the department, in the program, excuse me, from all departments. And there are students who are athletes, who are music majors or in various music programs. It's really very accessible to all. Undergraduate research was one of the things you heard students talk about in the video. There are a variety of ways of doing that, either as independent research within your home department. So this number we call 495 course number is actually not honors 495. It's psychology 495 or biology 495 or history 495 or English 495 or whatever your major might be. And you work with a faculty member in that field to explore a topic you're interested in. There's also a junior, senior level elective, honors interdisciplinary research that builds its different topics every term and every spring. It's only offered in the spring, and it builds in a research component. There are other kinds of summer experiences, what we call the Honors Program Summer Fellows or CASE program, and also Keystone Honors during J term. So lots of ways to satisfy undergraduate research. Keystone is actually a lead into one of the upper level things, but it is a research possibility. I would like to share a short video of a group of students who went on one of these national conferences a couple of years ago. We need to get some new videos made, unfortunately, as you can probably imagine, because this is a late spring conference. In 20 and 21 and 22, this conference had to go virtual, so we don't have the same sort of video experiences from them. We did go again this year, and we're working on putting together a video of that, but just to give you an idea, it moves around the country, but it's a great, fun experience, and we take advantage of the location it's in, plus the actual sharing of the research. So hopefully this one will work. Can someone let me know if you can hear that?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. Conference is attended by about 4,000 students from across the country that have done significant research in all different fields. Okay, so and just the visitation that year was to the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, because it was held, the conference just outside of Atlanta. If you're wondering, the pictures of people putting on hazmat suits or whatever, that's what that was about. And they were pre-med majors and biology research major, interested in doing biological research, so they were loving the CDC experience. Another major component of the honors program, not required, but strongly encouraged, is for you to study abroad. Dr. McCombs and I actually are leading a short-term trip this coming January that we've done in the past. We also oversee a full semester program that is only for honors program students, I'll tell you about in a moment. But we have opportunities literally practically all over the world. Some taught by our Elmhurst faculty, some in conjunction with other program providers that would combine students from a variety of universities. And no matter what you decide to do within the honors program, I can't encourage you enough to study abroad. I always tell students when they're coming to orientation, as far as I'm concerned, the single most important thing you can do in your college career, if at all possible, is to study abroad. It is the most transformative experience you could have, to experience another culture and study and learn there, live there for a while anyway. The J-term courses are only 2.5 to 3.5 weeks. They're basically a good chunk of the month of January. And then sometimes there are early summer courses as well, and very short courses over spring break in March. The full semester courses obviously are a full term and longer, and that's a great experience if you can do that. Any international course, short-term course that you would take in J-term, as I mentioned previously, can be converted to an honors credit. Oops, I need to change the date on this. I noticed we will be talking about the 23-24 options now, not this. So apologize for that. Let's see. Those are pictures from other locations. So I mentioned that there is one for Liverpool for honors only, a full-term program. This happens to be a picture in downtown, or well, at the waterfront in Liverpool from a couple of years ago. We started this program in 2020, and we had to stop in 21, but we were able to go back in 22 and 23, and we are looking forward to sending our 4th group in 2024. It's a spring term option. You live in the city of Liverpool, which is a fascinating city in northern England. Very friendly. All the students that have done this every time have absolutely loved it. We limit the cohort to 10. We've had 7, 8. We had 10 this year, so we've been building up. You attend Liverpool Hope University. I can tell you much more about this program if you want. Some separate slides and all about that, but I wanted to give you a general idea. And you would pay the exact same tuition that you pay to Elmhurst. All of your same financial aid package. So for many of you, the Presidential Scholarship or Transfer Excellence and maybe I'm talking largely to transfer students. I apologize if that's the case. I should have found out that in the beginning, but it's usually a mixed group. And then, so anything that you might have in terms of financial aid or like the Pell Grant or state grants, whatever, all of that would transfer with you. So whatever your bill was in the fall, give or take some book fee or something, would be your bill in the spring. And then the only difference, of course, would be room and board. If you live on campus in the fall, if you're a commuter, you obviously have to pay room and board in Liverpool, but it's very reasonable. To be honest, it is much lower than ours because Liverpool is a less expensive city to live in than the Chicagoland area. And that's really what dictates room and board costs. The program is about 3 months. It's really a quarter system. We leave immediately in the very beginning of January, and you're there and off and running in classes January, February, and March. You can stay for a couple of weeks in April if you want to continue travel throughout Europe, which many students do, but you don't have to. And they even have the option of staying longer for a May master course, but that would be a separate fee if you decide to do that. With about halfway to 2/3 of the way through, Dr. McCombs and I will come back. We'll go over with you and meet you when you arrive. If some people flew on their own, but you can come with us or separately, but we meet you as soon as you get there. And then get you situated at Liverpool Hope University. And then we come back about 2/3 of the way through and meet you in London, and a excursion for multiple days in London is included. All of the activities, the play tickets, all the museum entrances, all the or the special events like the Tower of London tour, etc. Most of your meals, your train travel, your tube pass, as they call it, your metro, all those things are included within the cost of the semester. So you don't pay anything additional for this London trip unless you want to buy souvenirs or maybe a little bit of food at points. The all your hotel stays, we stay in a hotel right in London. Then what else? So many things. You can look into this at the elmhurststudioabroad.com, or just go on the portal if you've already gotten your e-number established and can access the full portal. you can look for the app that says Study Abroad, and you can look for this one as well as the short-term study abroad programs I mentioned in J-term or spring and summer. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is one more short video. This is from a student talking about her study abroad experience in January, a short-term one on the island of Martinique, which is still a département of France, and it's kind of like an offshore state, you might think of it. It's a former slave colony that is a very interesting culture and society today. I'm going to play her little video.
Through times when the world seems daunting and not safe, it can be difficult to even consider studying abroad. However, I encourage every student to not cast aside their dreams of studying abroad, as the effects of it are life-changing and will affect how life is lived upon return. The biggest takeaway I got from studying abroad was a new sense of independence. Before studying abroad, there were many things that I was afraid to do on my own. Now, after studying abroad, I feel a lot more capable. I feel less afraid to explore the world and branch out from what I am comfortable with. Studying abroad also allowed me to gain a larger appreciation for cultures outside of my own. Experiencing these cultures not only gave me a more worldly perspective, but also allowed me to see my country and cultures found here in a different light. There was really no alternative experience to studying abroad. While it might seem scary to some to travel abroad, I think that it is essential to every student experience if possible. It not only allows one to learn more about the world through first-hand experiences, but it also lets one come back with a better sense of themselves. I am definitely a different person after studying abroad, and for the better. It is definitely true when they say that after studying abroad once, you'll want to keep on traveling. Through study abroad, I realized that any experience that involves learning outside the traditional classroom is beneficial. Thus, I advocate for not only myself, but also for my peers to take advantage of these opportunities when they are able to, even if they are local. While classroom learning is nonetheless essential to the college experience, one cannot have a true grasp of the world unless they experience it themselves.
I also want to just mention before I talk about this next slide that the honors program, through very generous donors, provides scholarships to make those J-term experiences possible, because that is not included within your tuition. The travel costs are not. The tuition is, but the travel costs are not. So and actually it can also assist with study abroad long-term too, like for say airfare or something. But those scholarships are only available. There are some study abroad scholarships that are available to all of our students through some endowed funds from donors, but there are additional, very significant additional funds available through some honors program donors who have designated those funds for honors program students, which is a wonderful perk of the program. Another perk of the program is funds for you to support that undergraduate research I mentioned. I neglected to mention that before. So those fun conference experiences that are really so enriching and confidence building, and just fascinating to see what people are doing across the country in different fields, and all the activities that we do on the side. Those things are all paid for you if your research is selected to be presented, and through, again, donor funds. In addition, we have this component of the program of a special advisor, Ms. Marisa Mancini, she's the one with the missing picture at the moment, of what are known as the nationally competitive scholarship and fellowship programs. So she guides you through sometimes some pretty complex processes for applying for these. And while there's a small percentage of applicants who win one, we have had winners, and if you don't try, no, you absolutely can't win. And we also, students find repeatedly the very experience of going through the application process is valuable. You learn a lot about yourself, your goals, you become a stronger writer, because you need to put together a packet of usually short-term essays or personal statements that can be used for other things, for grad school or job applications, etc. But you could learn about, there's a ton of them. These are just for examples. The Fulbright is one for a year's support of international study in a country, or I should say study and living and participating in the culture, working part-time all across the world. It's sponsored by the State Department. It is really an ambassador type program and very prestigious. The Truman is a program here in the States that provides funding for students interested in going on in careers of public policy and service, including things like law school. You have an internship the summer between your junior and senior year in Washington, D.C. with some fascinating experiences, and then receive a very, very generous scholarship to the graduate school of your choice for those fields. Pickering is another internationally focused. It's for supporting people that want to train for the Foreign Service. The Udall is one that it's focused on environmental studies. We had a Udall scholar a couple of years ago, and that offers scholarship assistance for undergrad years, as well as a lot of guidance about graduate school, and it is also prestigious. And there are many, many more different kinds. This is about the Fulbright. This happens to be pictures of our previous winners. This young woman here, she won one to the Slovak Republic. If any of you speak the Slovak language, you'll recognize some of the words in the background. She set up a program where her students and our students did a kind of pen pal thing of sorts, and now we would do it via Zoom, where them learning English partially from us and us attempting to learn Slovakian. Then the other young woman is over here on top of a high peak in Argentina, where she spent her Fulbright year. We've had many others too. We have a young woman right now who's studying over in Botswana, Africa, having a phenomenal time. Another opportunity within the honors program is, if you choose, this is an option, primarily for first-year students, although we do consider applications of incoming transfers as well, to participate in what we call the Honors Living Learning Community. This is one specific wing on the second floor of Curitin Hall, one of our newer air-conditioned, very nice halls that frankly not a whole lot of first-year students get into if they're not joining the HLLC. And the RA of that floor is always an honors program member who knows a lot about how it works. They sponsor different social and academic and cultural activities, encourage you to come to honors program activities and to come together for those. So it's another great way to get involved in the program and in the university, as well as giving you a nice living space and some immediate friends in the honors program. I believe we are currently to the point of a waiting list for next year's, but we do keep a wait list. I think we're filled, with the exception of possibly, last time I checked with my assistant that works on this, I think we have one male bed open right now. Otherwise, you could get on a wait list, and there are changes throughout the summer still, sometimes for various reasons. We also, as you heard briefly in the overview in the beginning, we get involved with service and civic engagement in a lot of ways. There are service learning components in some honors courses. We work with external agencies in the Chicago area, like Mercy Home for Boys and Girls for disadvantaged youth, or the Night Ministry for the homeless population in Chicago, and other things as well. We also coordinate with other service organizations on campus to do some joint activities. So we really want to encourage our students to participate in those. We also have a number of fun co-curricular events sponsored by ECHO, which stands for the Elmhurst College Honors Organization. That is our original title for our student affairs, our SGA organization, the kind of student activities arm of the program. And even though we became a university a few years ago, we decided to just keep that as a sort of legacy name, because we still want your wonderful energy and leadership to echo through the campus. That was the idea of the original. It was student named, and we've had that for almost 20 years as the name of the student activities arm. I have been directing the honors program for the last, to think about this, 18 years. I'll be starting my 19th year in the fall. So, and I'm going to be starting my 23rd year at the university itself. But you can see from this list, we do things on and off campus. We have a lounge in the library dedicated for honors program students only. That's always stocked with snacks, I should say. And it has a microwave in it if you want to go in there and heat up lunch or something. It has a coffee maker. There's free coffee all the time. We sponsor different activities in there. Once a month, we have a program called Lunch in the Lounge. That's just stop by for free pizza. Sometimes we have an activity with it. A lot of times it's just a chance for people to chat. You can stay, or if you have to, you can just grab your pizza and run. I would encourage you to get there early if you want to, because pizzas tend to go very quickly, no matter how many we seem to keep ordering. But and there are also different cultural events on campus and in the city of Chicagoland area, in the city or in Chicagoland area as well. There's opportunities to meet with guest lecturers and just all kinds of things that I can't even begin to list here. This is a picture from our signature ECHO event that occurs in the beginning of the term. This is a picture from one of the years recently. We held a big overnight retreat it's just a 24-hour period in Wisconsin that we go together from campus on a Friday around 5 o'clock after classes and all on Friday evening. We go up to this beautiful campsite, just kind of get away from campus for 24 hours. You're back about 7 o'clock on Saturday night. And we stay, it's sophisticated camping, I would say. We're inside cabins that are, hopefully we don't need heat in early September, but air conditioned if need be, have indoor plumbing, etc. It's not really roughing it, but it's beautiful. A beautiful facility that has a natural spring-fed lake. So we have canoeing, we have horseback riding, all kinds of hiking, archery. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think what else we do. There's an indoor sort of rock climbing wall situation, scavenger hunt, lots of things we do up there. We also have an activity together where we discuss an important issue, contemporary issue, and try to simulate an honors program class to just have a respectful dialogue around different concerns around an issue, different perspectives on an issue. Everybody gets a free t-shirt. That's what they're sporting in this picture. Every year, the students pick a theme and color, and someone designs a logo, etc. It's kind of a little contest for that to create the t-shirt, and then that's yours to keep. Every year, if you go in the honors program lounge, you'll see the framed collection of t-shirts from every year since we started this back in, I think, 2006 was the first overnight retreat. So that is always the weekend after the Labor Day weekend. So you will have been on campus and kind of got acclimated to things for 2 weeks, and then we go away. And it really is considered a mandatory activity unless there's some very pressing reason not to come, but students never regret it. You're not asked to do anything there that you don't feel comfortable doing. All the activities are the physical activities are completely optional, and there's a wide range of choices. Or people can sit and play board games or play shuffleboard or things that are not taxing at all. But it's really about bonding with the incoming group. Both first years and transfers are invited to this, and you'll be in small groups at times with your peer leaders who are sophomores, juniors, or seniors in the program. So I encourage you to embrace the challenge. That's our Fulbright winner from a few years back again, and one of them. And join the honors program.